Hey everyone, welcome to another vlog of mine. So I made a video that will be coming out about an hour after this video. Um, so just be aware of that. And I think I said that that video will be coming out, uh, uh, or this video will be coming out after that video. So there'll be a little bit of confusion for those people that actually watch my videos. But other than that, anyways. So I'm gonna hi everyone. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Username in the description down below. Don't forget to go to wrestlingforever.com. You can get things like this or this. Website link is in the description down below. So this will be WrestleMania talk. Um, sorry, in particular WrestleMania 42. So I'll be talking about the matches, who won, who lost, um, who I think had a cool intro for their before their match. Sorry, things like that. So let's uh, scroll through because I got them right here. And that's why I have the phone because I can't remember it all. So, anyways, so undisputed title WWE Championship: Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes won. To be honest, I wasn't too thrilled with it. To be honest, I think the Pat McAfee thing was a disappointment. To be honest, and him coming back partway through to be a referee was just stupid. Sorry, spoiler, but I'm going to be spoiling a lot of things. So if you don't want any more spoilers because you haven't seen it, then stop watching now. Anyways, so overall, was it a great match? No. Was it an okay match? Yeah, I guess. Other than that, I wouldn't. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was one of the top matches of the two nights. Um, Next, which was the first match of the night, LA Knight and the Usos faced against iShow Speed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. That match was never going to be good to begin with. It was never going to be 5-star, and it is what it is. LA Knight and the Usos won, and they saved iShow Speed because of the fact that he really just didn't want to be there to begin with, or at least that's what it seemed like. So, anyways, then you got the unsanctioned match between Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. Jacob Fatu won. To be honest, not really that surprising. Not bad match. I would say slightly better than the Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton match. I would say it's somewhere in the middle of quality matches for both nights. So, and I'm looking forward to the possibility of Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes. So we'll see how that goes. Next, we got the Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Becker. Liv Morgan won. To be honest, neither one of neither one of the intros were memorable. To be honest, Liv Morgan, I think, would try too hard, and she had a little bit of a problem with the taking off the clothes to reveal what her gear looked like, which a good majority of time that ends up happening. So it is what it is. Um, I'm glad Liv Morgan won. I still feel like Raquel Rodriguez should be champion right now, but it is what it is. Uh, Gunther versus Seth Rollins. If I remember, Gunther won because Braun Breaker interfered in the match, uh, giving him a spear twice. Uh, so I believe they're resetting up that Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins match, and they're setting up the whole uh, Gunther getting his favor from Paul Heyman. So we'll see how that goes. You got the women's fatal four-way tag team match for the titles. Um, Brie Bella and surprise appearance Paige, uh, because Nikki Bella was injured and wasn't medically cleared to wrestle, versus Nia Jax and Lost Legend, versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie. Uh, Brie Bella and Paige won. To be honest, I don't think they should have won. I think it should have been one of the other two tag teams that weren't the champions going into it. So either Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss or Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie. Out of those two, I think Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie would have been a little bit more of a better thing to have, just due to the fact that to make up for how Bailey was treated at the last WrestleMania. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Okay, night two. World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Not bad match, but not one of their best. Roman Reigns won. Um, Not super surprising, but I am glad Roman Reigns won, even though CM Punk had a good intro and he used his Ring of Honor intro um, that he used for Ring of Honor. So that's pretty cool. Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley won. Not surprising. Um, I think a lot of people uh, just automatically assumed Rhea Ripley was going to win, so it's kind of obvious situation. Also, if what I've been hearing is true, Jade Cargill is not really well liked in the women's locker room, so it kind of makes sense to put someone that people look up to or at least like more, because that's how it kind of works back there, I think. Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. Trick Williams won. Not really that surprising. I kind of felt like that was going to happen anyways, especially because Sami Zayn hasn't really been getting over with the crowd over the past 3 to 4 weeks. So it kind of makes sense. Um, Penta versus Javon Evans versus Greglhay versus JD McDonough versus Rusev versus Rey Mysterio. Uh, Penta won. To be honest, I was in my mind, I had two people that I thought could win, either Penta or Rey Mysterio. Penta, just because I don't think he had the title long enough for him to lose it, and Rey Mysterio, because of the fact that there's rumors going around that Rey Mysterio wants Dominic Mysterio to retire him, and I think this would be a cool way to do it, where uh, Rey Mysterio wins it, and then they build it up so that at the next WWE pay per view, it's Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, and for the Intercontinental Championship. And if Dominic Mysterio wins, Rey Mysterio retires. If Dominic Mysterio loses, then he loses, say, like the AAA Mega Champion or whatever it's called. But anyways, oh, I didn't. I think I skipped the Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. I can't believe I did that. Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio in a street fight. I would say Finn Balor had the best intro out of the whole 2 nights, in my opinion. I think Dominic Mysterio was the another good one, but it wasn't as good. Um, Finn Balor wins. Uh, Not too surprising, but it was a great match, in my opinion. Lastly, Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Obafemi wins, and Brock Lesnar retires. Now, there is the big rumor going around at the time before the match that Brock Lesnar was going to retire at SummerSlam, but that didn't end up happening because of the fact that it sounds like he had some medical issues that uh, that sped up everything. Kind of sounds like he had it since the early to mid 2000s. So it kind of makes sense on why he retired earlier than people expected. So if you saw uh, at the end, if you watched the pay per view and you saw him going like this, that means that it's real and that him retiring is not a work or a storyline for another pay per view, whatever. He's actually retiring. So when he took off his boots and gloves, that's free. So, and you may have noticed seeing like things like that during matches more often with referees instead of actual wrestlers, because most of the time referees are in charge of what's when it's being decided to end the match or not. So, anyways, so yeah, he's Brock Lesnar is retired, and to be honest, I'm okay with that. To be honest, he is, in my opinion, not a good person, and I know a lot of people like him. But if the things that I've heard about him are true, then I feel like this is a good way to end his career on his terms and to get rid of him as soon as possible so then people can focus on the wrestlers that are there full time or more often than others. So we'll see how things go. Um, and if you didn't know, Roman Reigns said in an interview, I think it was post his night two, because that's night two. He said it, or he made it sound like he's going to be around at least more often for this summer. So that's going to be good. But the problem is that he's still really a part-time wrestler and not a full-time wrestler. So, and don't get me wrong, I don't blame him. I forget what medical thing he has, which makes him not be able to do a full-time uh, calendar run like the other wrestlers can. I forget what it's called, but he did. He announced it a while back. But anyways, we'll see how things go. Um, I believe Xavier Woods is now not injured or is able to wrestle now. So we'll see how that goes on SmackDown, I think. I forget whether he's on SmackDown or Raw. Anyways, so that's it for me. Whenever you watch this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. And you'll see me either around this time next week or maybe Saturday. I don't know. It depends on how SmackDown goes. Raw, I don't really have much to say about it. Nothing really like mind blowing happened, so don't really have much to say. Oh, by the way, Danhausen made an appearance, and he had small people dressed up as uh, Danhausen uh, in a little skit thing with John Cena, Kit Wilson, and The Miz. By the way, I was thinking this while I was finishing having a shower, and I noticed something, or when I was thinking of the Danhausen uh, intro music, I was like, if you took the Danhausen part and you just put Kit Wilson, it kind of works. Like, I mean, not totally because it doesn't really work with Kit Wilson's gimmick, but whenever it says Danhausen, Danhausen, just think Kit Wilson, Kit Wilson. Think about it. Anyways, whenever you watch this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and see you all next time. Bye bye.